everybody, welcome back to my studio. I'm Nettie K. Thank you all so much for choosing to hang out with me today. I really appreciate it. Extra thanks for anybody who makes it all the way to the end of the video. That's, extra brownie points for you. Yes. Meanwhile, today we're going to be painting a very loose dog in acrylic in lots of bright and lively colors. And so I hope this is going to be really fun and fast and crazy, and I hope you'll really enjoy it. Meanwhile, I did want to show you one that I just finished up for a customer on my Etsy site at nettykstudio.etsy.com. This one took a little bit longer and is in oil. It's just a really cute little dog, and so I still do a few commissions from time to time. So if you go on there and want to hire me to do one, you might twist my arm and get me to do another one. I'm not doing as many of them, but I do enjoy them when I get a chance to. All right. So today we're going to be doing a really fun little dog. It's a pretty big dog, actually. This one belongs to my friends Patty and Chris, and so they let me borrow this funny little photo with the dog's head just cocked so sideways. I don't even know how he did it, but look at that. Isn't that fun? Wouldn't you love to wake up to that face every day? I think so. All right, so we're working with some teal canvas here in acrylic. I've got some orange, I've got some light yellow, I've got some purple, some white, some black, and we're just going to go as fast as we possibly can, and big and loud and crazy. Okay, well, maybe not loud and crazy, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now I'm going to use a pretty good size brush, a couple of brushes here. Let's see what I've got. I've got this one. I've got like a 1/2 inch kind of a chisel brush. I've got this. I'm not sure I'll use this. I don't know. I bought it and I have no idea how to use it, but we'll see. Okay, all right. So first off, I want to think about as where the placement of the head is going to be. I think I'm going to try to see if you can see this. You might not be able to, but I'm going to use an orange to start with. Not that the dog's orange. Oh, we don't really care what the color of the dog is. We just want a fun picture, right? Okay, so I'm going to start over here, and I want to make room for the ear over here, and so I'm going to put the head. I'm going to put it up right about the top of the head, right about there. Okay, I'm going to just do that, top of the head there, and then I'm looking at the angle. The angle of the head is really tipped. So I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to test it out. I'm going to go, all right, center of the head, and it's a little bit more like, let's see, one more time. Measure twice, cut once. It looks about like that, so about the top line right there. All right, and then I want to put a perpendicular line somewhere where I think the eyes might go. All right, so I'm going to put these eyes right about like that. But you can see you have to really line it up like that, otherwise you're going to straighten it out and end up with a Picasso, which might be worth more. Who knows? All right. Okay, so now I'm going to get into a little bit more. Let's see if I can figure out what I'm doing. There's the top of the head. And then I'm going to throw in, let's see, right down like this. I'm going to throw in maybe a spot for the eyes. And I'm just guessing the nose is going to fit right there, and the chin right there, and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, so here's how we're going to roll. I want, let's see, I'm going to put in the ear is going to come out. Now remember, everything, you guys, everything that we do is when it comes to making something believable, whether it's crazy kind of paint like this, has to do with matching angles. Okay, it's not, oh, I want to see if I can paint this dog. I want to see if I can match the angles on this shape more so than anything, and then we'll make it expressive because it's so fun. It's got a funny angle. The angle is what makes it look so cute and expressive, isn't it? So this is kind of a little bit like a little rectangle almost, right like that. And then I'm going to come in I'm going to grab a little darker paint, really dark paint, and I want to put in a little dark eye right there. Isn't this crazy? Now, this is not how I would start one of my formal ones for any means, but I like doing something loose every once in a while, and it will turn into something that might even work, hopefully, in a graphic design, perhaps. Who knows? So a little bit more of that orange, and I'm going to find this little triangle that tells me the negative shape of what that dog is doing. And then the body kind of comes down like this, and the neck is going to come out somewhere right like that. Okay. Kind of looks like a 5-year-old did it, doesn't it? Oh, well, all right, we'll get this, and you'll be just hopefully amazed. And now I'm going to take my orange paint. I'm exaggerating the color, everybody. Now, before I get too far, I do want to kind of come in here with a little paper towel and take that little top knot off. Otherwise, we're going to end up having to put a hat on it. Yeah, so let's not do that. I've got a little bit of water here, and I'm going to just take this off. See how that works? Okay, and I'm just going to wipe that off like that. Now I don't have that thing in the way, so that's awesome. Okay, now I'm going to come into some of this light yellow. This is a yellow with white, and now I'm going to find where the eyebrows are. This kind of, that shape that goes over the eyes like this. We're just going to have fun with it. Just a lot of fun. This is kind of a squared off little head like that. These things we're going to just take wide brush strokes. Wide brush strokes. I know that kind of freaks some of you guys out, but it's kind of fun, isn't it? It's really fun. Try it sometime. I just did a cow for my class the other day. One of my fast cows, like you've seen me do on YouTube here, and everybody's just kind of like, whoa, man. It's just amazing how quickly you can get it done. And you know what? It kind of looks even better sometimes than if I take my time. It's just one of those things. It looks more artsy. Now this is going to look more, just cartoony in a way, but it will be really fun fun and lively, and something you want to see when you're having a bad day. Yeah. Okay, and here's some of that body down here. I'm just taking, this is about a 1-inch brush right here, and that's working out pretty good. Now I want to get into some of the shadow color, which is in a purple, and so it's not dark brown or, in the brown zones. It's in a lavender color. This is just the craziness of this type of art, is that I'm making this into a multicolored kind of thing. I'm going to come in where I see some shadow color and put in some of that purple wherever that shadow is at this stage. And here I'm going to come underneath the eye with the purple, and maybe a little under here. Could be a little bit darker, so I'm going to probably add some of that dark orange here shortly. I think that little part of the face is a little bit too far out, but we can always adjust that by just painting the turquoise back in. There. Isn't this just bananas? Yes. All right, now you have to stay till the end, otherwise you won't know how it turned out. You're just like, oh, this is crud, I'm not going to watch this. Please do until you see how it turns out. Would I steer you wrong? Probably. You never know till you watch. Okay, so now I'm going to come in again with the light yellow again, and we're going to put that in here. I will be putting another color over the top of it, so this just makes it feel a little bit like sunlight. And then some in here, and some little, this is just so loose. All right, now I'm going to actually get into a little bit of black mixed with our purple. This is just going to really darken it up a little bit. And we're going to come in here with this ear and begin darkening it just a little bit. Yeah. And a little bit of orange. This is that deep dark orange. I think it's called chrome orange in the acrylics. And I'll put just a little bit of that chrome orange into that ear too, just for interest. It's not necessarily that I see that color, but I am needing it. So if I need it, I put it on, right? Okay, here's the mouth. And we need to figure out where that nose is going to go again. Here's another round of that orange. And now I'm going to go back in with that light yellow. And you can tell it starts making it look a little bit more like the color of my hair a little bit. Okay. Like that. A little bit of that purple again underneath the eye. Sets the eye back. And then now I can figure out where that nose starts. The bridge of the nose is right there. And so I'm going to just make a stab at it. This eye needs to be a little bit bigger. This eye definitely needs to be bigger. And then we'll come down and put in this little spot. See how easy it is to make that? It's just a spot. It's the nose is just a big, huge kind of a square almost. Just about a square to start with. I want to make sure it's big enough. And then I'm going to give him a little mouth like this. All right. Really cute. Okay, now the black with a little bit of purple again. Only a lot more black this time. Oops, I missed it and caught the yellow. That was fun. All right, let's try it again with a little bit of black. It's got a black ear that just kind of springs down like this. This is just a... And because you don't see me really rinsing my brush out, I'm just adding colors as I go. And it works. It just does. I'm going to make this a little bit darker here. And there's a little bit of a darkness right there. There's a color that kind of comes around like this, so I'll put that on. Like that. Okay. There. Okay, now I'm probably going to need to switch brushes a little bit. Take another brush. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the orange with the yellow and white. And we're going to find some of these shapes. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, here's that shape. This one goes this way. Like that. And like that. And this one comes out. And I realize my nose is just slightly off. I got to double check it. Nope, it isn't. It's fine. Okay, I just have to tilt my head the same angle as the dog. That's funny. You kind of get a kink in your neck when you do these because you'll have your head in the same angle as the dog to make sure you're seeing it properly. Here's that lighter. I'm going lighter and lighter now. And here is a little white-ish color starting to glow. And I'm going to get even up higher or lighter with that white, like that. This is just a chisel brush that I have now. I don't want to get too picky with a tiny little 2 hairs and some, this is not what this one's about. No way, 2 hairs and some air kind of brushes. Those don't work for this kind of painting at all. And so here I come up on the top of the eyeball there, or the eyebrow. And I'm going to come over the top of the ear a little bit. This one kind of comes down like this. Give yourself the freedom to mess up. If it doesn't work, well, you just paint over it. You just paint over it. Here's the light part of the dog right there. I'm going to come down and we're going to paint this light down here in the chest. I've just loaded my brush, absolutely loaded my brush. And now I'm going to give this some light down here. Go as loose as you can, you know, without being, you know, like my granddaughter Piper, who loves to paint. She just got back from Hawaii and she comes through the door. She's only 2, you know. She just turned 2 in September. And she says to me, she comes through the door and I said, "Oh, there's my baby." And she comes and gives me a hug, and within 5 seconds, after being gone for 2 weeks, she says, "Hey, Grammy, a paint. And so we had to get the paints out right away. And she painted a little tiny canvas for me. And it was really cute. But she just cannot get enough of painting. Isn't that the funniest thing? 2 years old. Doesn't want to do anything else practically. It's just bananas. Okay, now let's kind of work this funny little mouth a little bit. I'm going to just flick some hairs. I'm just taking the brush in the direction of the hair. You know, I'm not filling it in. I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of a little flick in the direction of the hair. There. Now, as this starts to set up a little bit, then I can work different areas again. So I'm kind of working around. It's pretty cold in here. We've had a nice snowfall. Of course, a lot of you guys know we live up in the mountains in a resort, and it's beautiful, but you do have to blow a lot of snow. It drives my husband crazy. Yep, it's snowing right now. I'm looking out the window. It is snowing. Okay, this is a little bit of that orange with the yellow and white. Gives it almost a skin tone. Now what's happening here? We'll do the same thing right up in here. I'll just kind of drag it that way. I know the hair is going that direction, so make your brush strokes in the direction of the hair. That's a clue. It makes it, even if it's crazy like this, it makes it work. It makes it work. Oh, this is crazy. This is one of the craziest ones we've done for a while. Oh, I did want to show you how the baby portrait turned out. I'll bring that in here in a sec. I hope I remember. The video, I apologize, you guys. The video, the lighting was so weird on that second video of the baby portrait that I wasn't very happy with it. But what do you do? Start over, you know? It came out really super red on the tape. It wasn't really that red in reality, but it came out really red. So I had some setting off, or it was really dark in here or something. I don't know what happened, but that was a bit disappointing. Anyway, the painting is turning out nice, but still, you know, you want it to be a superstar sometimes, and it just doesn't happen. So I hope you're enjoying this one. I hope this one isn't showing up bright red like the last one did. Purple. Isn't this cute? Yes, I love it. Sometimes you just need a little joy in your life. We've had our son and daughter-in-law's dog while they were gone to Hawaii, and yeah, we haven't had a dog for a while, so it was interesting. She snores at night. Do you have a dog that snores, anybody? She's not a pug. She was she's a golden retriever, a white one, but boy, does she snore. Okay. Now, I'm not sure that I may have to just take a break for a second and let some of this dry, but we'll keep working it until we can't work it anymore. Okay, so what I want is some stuff to raise up a little bit on the muzzle of the mouth. So I'm going to, I could use a hair dryer if I wanted to, but I think I'm just going to load my brush with a lot of paint and just delicately, you know, lay it down like this. There. Okay, that's starting to look a little lighter. And then right here as well. Okay. under the eye. And this is very, very light right here. So the key on this one, especially when you're painting in acrylic, and maybe even in oil, is just to load your brush with more paint, or you let it dry and then come back in with another layer. But since we're trying to kind of do this one a la prima, which means all at once, we don't want to have to come back in later. We want it to be nice and fresh. Okay, that's coming. Now let's get up here where there's a little bit more light. And, oh yeah, a little bit lighter up here too. Not fussy, no fussing allowed. Look at this even, this is just a little mark across the bridge of the nose. I'm gonna do a little bit of correction on that, but not much, not much. And then I'll throw a few little hairs here and there, but not with a skinny brush. So I haven't even gotten the eyes in yet. That's okay. And we'll just wiggle that down into there. There we go. Now, I think what I'd like to do is I need to focus on the eyes a little bit and get a little bit of detail. First off, now let's go first before that. I'm going to come back in here right under the mouth and give that a little bit of some detail there, and then right under the nose, a little bit there, and then right over here, flick some, oops, let's flick some light into that. I just flicked some purple in, but that just makes it look even better because now I have the purple to kind of get the light going. This part of his face is so fat. I'm not sure that that's correct. So we either have to balance that out by putting in more. Okay, that sort of works. And then bring this down in some of the kind of orangish color down here. Let's try that. Okay, a little orange there, like that. I got to get this mouth straightened out. It's all crooked. That's funny. A little bit crooked. Let's see, goes. Again, matching angles, and then putting it down like that. Okay, there, that's better. Okay, now, all right, now I need to actually go into, see, I didn't even use this brush. I couldn't do it. Okay. Anyway, let's find a little bit more of a pointier brush. Let's see, this might work. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not bad. And now I'm going to, let's put in, again, that black, a little black eye, and then I'll put some brown inside of that. And I'll come over here. I'm checking to see how close it is to the side of the head, like that. And then we have our nose. Double check it. And I come across like this, across like that, and then I'm going to give it some nostrils, darker on one side, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of a little lavenderish color on the top. Okay, on the top plane. There, see? There's that. Now I need to put in this part and this part. Back it up just a little bit. There's that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with some orange. And I'm going to put in some orange like that. Whoa, that's kind of crazy. Orange like that. And then I'll put in a little bit of a white under, I don't know if this is going to work. It looks a little weird. Okay, let's put in some more dark around that. I'm going to cut it back in so that it's just a little bit of that That little eye looking up at you like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're going to put in some. It's not on the other eye on my photo, but I'm going to go ahead and put just a tiny bit of that too, so it looks like he's looking up at you like, hey, where's my dinner? You know? That just cracks me up. Okay, whoops, I need to put that back in. I'm going to get some new glasses pretty soon, everybody. We'll all rejoice. Okay, now on top of that, I want to put in just a little sparkle right where the color meets the dark. And then I'm going to put a little bit of a highlight on top of the nose a little bit. Just a little bit. And then I'll fuzz out the edge of that highlight, maybe just a little bit more highlight. Not too shiny. Oh, no, I like it when it's got a little shine to it. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. I'm going to neutralize my brush, and then I want to come down with the lighter color to where it looks like there's a split in that the nose. Okay, here we go. I'm just making a little bit of a split and leaving that line down there so that you can see. And here's a little highlight. I hope you can see this. I'm making the shape of the hole by painting what's around the hole. All right. Drag that out just a tiny bit. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's get fix this up one more time. It looks a little too sloppy even for me. Okay. And we'll go back in with some of that dark orange and come around the outside edge of the eyes a little bit and set them back in to space a little bit. And then this part is a little darker. You can keep adjusting, you know, for a long time until you get it all the way up to super photorealistic if you want, but that kind of ruins the whole idea of this type of painting. And I think it would be really cute on a kid's wall, wouldn't it? I just do. I think it would just be the cutest, or on my wall, yeah. Hey, while I'm painting on this, I'm going to just keep painting for a second. I hope, have any of you had a chance to go look at my Patreon site yet? I'm having a fun time trying to get it up and running. I've got this really amazing thing for any of the charter members, which are these original little paintings. And here's a picture of a bunch of them that I painted. So I'll put out, I'll put out a bunch, like a 15 to 30 canvases, and then I paint a similar. Everything is going to be different than, you know, there's not going to be two paintings alike, but they'll have a similar or the same topic, but they will be different. I may even do one of this guy on some of the small canvases. They are 5x7 with a 3x4 or a 3x6 image on them, and you can collect them. It's just going to be one of those neat things that you can collect. So go and check that out. I know it sounds like, well, what in the world is she talking about? It's so if you go on and you become a member, which is like $3 a month or $10, you decide what kind of benefits you'd like, and you can become a member and you get little special things each month. Won't that be fun? Okay, I got a little bit of green on there. I don't know how that happened. Let's get this fixed up. Here's our purple again. And, okay, so I'm going to take a look at this. Okay, well, that is how you paint a crazy loose painting of a dog in acrylic. I'm going to work on this for a little bit longer, and then I'll show it to you in the end. All right? Stay tuned. Hold on. Okay guys, that's all I'm going to do on this particular painting for now. I'm going to let this dry, touch up any spots that need to be touched up, sign it, and then varnish it with a nice shiny varnish. We'll put it up on the wall and maybe we'll even stick a price tag on it. Who knows? I'm off to choir practice tonight. I've got an enormous solo in our next concert in about 5 days. So I'm really excited about that. We are going to do our best to tape it, and so that you'll not only get a little bit of art, but you'll get some music too. Won't that be fun? Hope it's not too annoying. All right. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.